Hey everyone, Brian here again, and welcome to a different type of top 10 video. Typically, top 10s are more regimented or specific to kills, guns, missions, whatever. Well, today's list is not. After finishing Sleeping Dogs, I knew that I would want to make a whole bunch of different top 10 lists because it's just an excellent game. However, I decided, let me instead just choose 10 of my favorite moments from the game that are most worthy of a beer, hence the name. So, there's my quick and dirty explanation of this list. Let's move on with number 10.
Number 10.
Alright, so starting this list off is going to be something that's a little odd, and really, as you'll see from the rest of my list, these picks are kind of random, but they all have reasoning behind them. So anyway, number 10 is Cockfighting. Now, I don't know if this is something that regularly goes on in Hong Kong, but it happens in Sleeping Dogs, and the best thing, you can win a shit ton of money off of them. You just have to watch this little animation of two cocks fighting. Yeah, crack a beer for that.
Number 9.
Alright, so the number 9 spot is going to be dedicated to the Karaoke Bar, specifically the K-Bar and Club Bam Bam. As our name would imply, we clearly like places that implement beer in video games, so what better than a bar in a video game? Not only that, if you enjoy karaoke and want to find your inner star, then you can sing your heart out as Wei Shen. Not only that, but you can find a hot date here and hang with some celebrities. Oh yeah.
Number 8.
So number 8 is really minor and it's really random, but it's something I friggin' love. When there's a cutscene, they actually allow you to pause it without skipping the scene. Holy shit, why does every game not do this? First time I did it, I was just trying to skip a scene because it's something I've already played. Once I realized I could do that, dear God, that was awesome. I could take my pause break, sip my beer, everything worked out. Why the hell other games couldn't do this, I don't know, but either way, it's something I love from this game.
Number 7.
Number 7 might seem a little generic, but just hear me out. I'm going with the storyline in this game. Listen, plenty of games have great storylines, but this is just another one of them. Sure, it's kind of a cliched mix of cop that's undercover, that gets in too deep, that has to reveal dirty cop, yada yada yada. I loved it though. For me, it was almost like combining one of my favorite movies, The Departed, and mixing it with some Hong Kong kung fu movies. It was pretty damn good, and I was actually for once interested in the story.
Number 6.
Number 6 is going to start getting us into more action-oriented moments. And I'm going to have to choose the high-speed hijack. The first time I actually did this, it was a complete mistake. I don't know why I was holding down the A button, but either way, I saw an arrow appear and boom, I did it. It's just crazy. It completely defies the laws of physics and something that could really happen, but I love the shit out of it. I had tons of fun with it. And every so often, I need to go back to this sweet moment.
Number 5.
So number 5 is yet another mechanic that Sleeping Dogs showed us that I love. The way you learn your new move combos in this game, to me, is damn near perfect. For those of you who don't know, you have to collect these Jade Statues, and they unlock a certain special move that you select from a given track. Then you are forced to practice it 3 to 4 times, and that's awesome, because I can't tell you how many games where you unlock a new combo, and you just see the button combination, but it's quick to forget. But this method of making you repetitively do the action actually works. I don't know how many other games do this, but this is the first time, to my knowledge, that I remember actually having to practice my brand new combo, so cheers to that, because that's goddamn awesome.
Number 4.
Number 4 holds a special place in my heart. It is for Mrs. Chu. This is a mom that don't take no shit. She owns her own restaurant, and you know she's just one badass when she's always walking around with that cleaver. Well, I don't want to be too big of a spoiler, but let's just say she uses it on a number of occasions for people that fuck with her family. This beer is for you, Mrs. Chu.
Number 3.
Number 3 is probably the most specific moment in the game that I have on this list. So during most missions, there's either a big fight scene or a shootout or a car chase. Well, in this given mission, you're stationed on top of a rooftop and you have to give support to your allies by shooting a grenade launcher. Pretty standard for video games, but I don't know, man. There was something about this moment that made me really feel like it was Scarface on crack. It was so much goddamn fun. And I'll say this, I've probably played hundreds of games that you have to use a grenade launcher. Some games make it more fun than others, and this is just one of those cases. Definitely cracking open a beer for this spot.
Number 2.
Number 2 is going back to being generic. It is going to be the slow motion shooting in this game. Now that covers a pretty wide area, but let me explain. For anyone who's ever played Max Payne, yes, I know, it's very similar to that, but dear God, in an open world setting like this, you can have tons of fun with it. Not only can you vault over obstacles and shoot a whole bunch of guys in the head, but the thing that really made it a selling point for me is when you are being chased in a vehicle, you hang out and you shoot. Not only do you shoot out of a moving vehicle while you're driving, how you do that I'm not really sure, but once you hit some of the vehicles, it slows down, shows you all the action, and I could literally spend hours just doing that. I mean, that looks awesome. I loved it. It had to go on this list.
Number 1.
Finally, we're down to number 1, and for those of you who follow our channel or our website, you may have seen this one coming. Last month, I posted a video of my top 10 favorite environmental kills, and that's the number 1 spot on this list. I love the shit out of it. Clearly, I loved it enough to make its own special top 10. It may seem a cop-out to some of you guys, but if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. They just brought this game up to a whole nother level for me. And really, the only other time I think I've seen this in a video game is from the Punisher game for the PS2. This mechanic alone just brought the gore and the violence to a level that made it right above average in my eyes. So, there's my list, guys. All these moments deserve their beers, so cheers to that. As always, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed it, and why don't you tell your friends about it. Leave some comments, let me know some moments you enjoyed from this game, if you even played the game, and we'll see you next week for another video. Cheers, guys.